As humans, we have to deal with all sorts of crap. Crap from work, our families, our friends, different life situations that may just pop up out of nowhere and you just get stuck in a rut. So what do? Well, if you're a healthy individual, more often than not, you're going to employ different techniques and different things to do so that you can get out of your rut and go back into somewhat of a homeostasis. Such things include spending time with friends and family, eating healthier, exercising, meditating, doing fun stuff, or what have you. But sometimes there are some internal issues that still linger within us. So no matter what you're doing, it's hard for these types of coping mechanisms to sink in, no matter how effective they really are. Why is that? Well, it's because there's a deeper issue involved. And when you need to treat something, you shouldn't be treating it just because of its symptoms. You have to treat it because of its cause, the root of the problem. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Celestial Heart, where our mission is to return to the state of love, our natural state, through creativity, spirituality, and a growth mindset. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Samantha. And today, we are going to be talking about the issue, the root issue that everybody in the world is experiencing in one way, shape, or form. And that is the issue of shame and how it might be affecting your life. American psychiatrist, physician, and spiritual lecturer Dr. David Hawkins illustrates the map of consciousness in his book titled Power versus Force. And here, he describes shame as the lowest calibrated human emotion in human consciousness at a numerical value of 0 to 20 out of 1,000. If you would like to know more about Dr. Hawkins' methods for research in this book, I do encourage you to read it for yourself. I will link the information down below. Not only that, Hawkins also describes shame as perilously proximate to death or passive suicide. He even describes the state of shame as the emotional state in which moral extremists and even serial killers act on. I know, kind of scary, right? So I don't know about you, but when I heard about this, I was really shocked. And so I decided to dig a little deeper, do a little bit more research about this. So I came across a spiritual teacher named Teal Swan. I will also link her information down below. And her specialization is shadow work. And the topic of shame was clearly discussed in one of her videos. So before we begin, I would like to explain what shame actually is. Now, there's shame and there's guilt. These two emotions, according to the map of consciousness, are actually right around next to each other. But the difference between these two is that shame is the painful feeling of humiliation, distress, and being wrong, or the consciousness of wrong, for being who you are, just who you are naturally, your natural state. You are ashamed of being yourself. Guilt, on the other hand, is feeling regret about something that you did, an action that you did wrong. And yes, we've all done that before. Like, we've all done something wrong and we felt guilty about it. Now we beg the question, why is it that shame is the lowest calibrated emotion, and why is it something that people act very negatively upon? So Teal Swan begins by saying, as people, we are all born into different life situations and life circumstances. So we are brought up with different cultures, people around us, and societal pressures. There are many status quos that are imposed on us when we are very young, and from that young state, especially from the ages of 0 to 7, we are programmed to act a certain way and also think about ourselves and our peers in a certain way. Everybody has to act in the same way. So for example, I was born in a Filipino family, also in the Catholic faith. And I will have to say I am no longer ascribing to the religion of Catholicism. However, there are a lot of golden nuggets that I have received throughout my life in the Catholic faith. And I am still very, very thankful about that. However, there is one particular instance during the Catholic Mass that always mind boggles me completely. And that is before we take the Holy Communion, the bread and blood of Christ, or God, essentially, or Jesus, essentially we utter these words, or this saying, "Lord, I am not worthy to receive you, but only say the word and I shall be healed." Okay, so in this statement, we are already implying that we are broken to begin with. We are already something to be ashamed about because of the concept of original sin. Our ancestors did something wrong and passed it along to us, and thus we are stuck being broken. So that means that I am not worthy to receive the Lord, or in my own words, source, energy, or the universe, or God. And so this feeling of being broken and incomplete, it is lingering in every single human in this world. And no matter what we do to cope with the things in our lives, if we don't address this issue of being ashamed of who we are, then whatever we're doing, it won't really help at the root. And I'm here to tell you that the truth is you are already whole and complete, because you are an immortal spiritual being. You are a soul of source living a temporary human experience. So, in other words, in a simple metaphor, if you will, imagine source as this beam of light, already whole and complete. And it already knows itself completely, but it doesn't have any experiences. It's just there in utter perfection, existing. So in order for source to experience itself, it decided to go through a veil of forgetfulness. Imagine a beam of light going through a prism, or the veil of forgetfulness, and going through a hologram. And through that hologram, it created different individualized forms of itself, which is us, which is not only us, everything that you see around us, all the life forms, the cats, the trees, the birds, the bees, everything is source, everything is the universe, everything is God. The reason why source decided to go through a veil of forgetfulness is to rediscover and return back to the state of love, come up with different experiences in order to open up its heart, in order to love everything and everyone unconditionally. And that is our sole purpose in life. So if you're feeling shameful, if you have a lot of hurt that you still haven't dealt with, I know it's gonna be a journey of healing. And the thing is, the only way to get through to the other side is if you go through the work. And it all starts with forgiveness. Start by forgiving yourself, and then start by forgiving all the experiences that happened to you and all the people around you who didn't know any better. Because hurt people are the only people who hurt other people. If I'm hurt, then I'll hurt other people. And the only way to break the cycle is to be completely aware of the truth that you are already whole, complete, and perfect. That being said, I hope that this video resonates with a lot of people who are going through many difficult things in their life. And if you have any questions, need some support, some advice, some help, I am here to hear you out. Please leave a comment down below and like this video if it resonated with you, if it gave you value in your life. And please consider subscribing for more videos on these types of topics, as well as creativity and a growth mindset. And with that being said, all great things start with a healthy mind and a healthy heart. Much love to everybody out there. You are perfect. I love you, and I'll see you later. Bye.